Oh, that is hysterical.
We're in the corner.
Hi. Oh, let's try that.
Oh,
Let's
I have one of these too.
There we go.
Hello.
All right.
It's that time again.
I know they moved all the buttons today, so I was like, where is everything?
I kind of feel like my buttons move on a regular basis.
That's fair.
It's like all over the place, man. But
goodness.
Yes, very, very crazy. But we have so many fun things to share with you today. I am super excited. There's just so much fun.
There's a little bit of something for
everyone. Bit of, yes, absolutely. You know, so if you are just wanting to have a new little something, we've got some great feet that are new. I have a favorite, but that's because I've only sewn with one.
Hi, Mary.
It's the only one that I've actually gotten to use. But there are a lot of them that are actually coming out, which is really fun. We've got something new for sergers, for sewers. We've got a new embroidery machine. We've got new embroidery designs. So many fun things. So
finally, a top of the line sewing machine that has a stitch
regulator, laser, tapering. So many fun things.
Yes.
It's just great.
It is.
I am very excited about all of the new reveals that have happened. You probably have been seeing random things on the internet because it's not day one, of course. Hi, Mom. But it's taken us a second to get here. I've been out of town and different things have been kind of crazy.
And I feel like the machine rollout was quiet this year.
It wasn't, there was no big bang really, which was kind of different.
Yeah.
So we do have things that are starting to show up in store. Some of you have pre-ordered some of those feet because we put those out with that. Even if you aren't in the bag club, you can still order the feet. They're out there. The machines are out, so you can look at those as well. We do have floor models of all of the different new things from a machine perspective. So we are ready to have some fun whenever you want to stop in and check it out. Again, all of the things that we're talking about are online on our website. So you can pop on there. We're actually going to use the website to show you the different things. And I haven't actually looked at it all yet, so it'll be fun to see how it turned out.
We've been putting Ronnie's skills.
We have, yes.
The
so
test.
Ronnie has been very, very helpful in that. So bless him for taking care of all of that for us today.
How lucky that you found
somebody that already knows some of those things.
Software,
it was so great.
Yes.
I'm very, very blessed. So we can jump in. Is there anything you want to add?
No, we have a lot of stuff. We if you pre-ordered some stuff, we'll start contacting you, but please know that we ordered this many, we got this many.
Yes, and they are just trickling in. Like, I mean, it's not like we've had these and we're holding them or anything. They're just starting to show up. And we are putting in another order because some of those things y'all ordered more than what we actually had coming in the first place. So the orders have gone in. Things are starting to trickle in, so you'll start getting emails and whatnot that they're available.
But
we're just going to kind of go in the order of who ordered what first.
Yep.
So that's first come, first serve, I guess, on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the stuff is trickling in. We have some neat stuff. Do we want to start with the little stuff and then work our way?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Do you have this on?
I do.
Oh, bonus. Oh, let's move these then. Let's not do that.
All right. So we have a new, oh my gosh, this is really cute. It's darling. And there's also some embroidery designs with this that they haven't done in the past. So in previous design suites, we only had things that you could use in Design Center or IQ Designer. And so I'm going to say the bad word. Even if it is a baby lock, it can be used in your brother machine.
Sorry, guys.
We did test it over and over and over again.
Yeah. So this particular piece has the really cool floral fill piece, but it also has all of the alphabet shapes and all of those things. So you can see, and it's in all of these different sizes. This is not one M that looks like that. Those are all of the different sizes that come for each of those different things. So this is embroidery designs plus fills for your IQ or your Design Center. So there's just a lot. They're putting a little bit more bang in your buck on that one, which is really great. Mike, that's not the right name. Why did I say Mike? Patty and
Mike.
Is it Mike?
Mike John.
See, I wanted to say John, and I'm like, oh, that's the wrong.
That's
it's
the whole
both.
name.
It's both names. Okay, he really got his groove on,
Yeah.
and he really had a huge part in this. And this is just the first
That's
one
not the picture I wanted.
of.
Let's just keep adding random pictures.
We'll just keep clicking stuff.
Okay, there we go. There's our
So
face.
this is the newest one that is currently available. Price has gone up just a little bit.
Yeah.
They have been $99 previously. This one is $109. We do occasionally run sales on these, but we don't have one at the moment. But there are others that are coming. So the I probably have that on the other printout that I didn't bring with me.
Yeah.
But they are coming like this one this month, this one that month, and that kind of thing. So they're going to be trickling out, but they have already said, you know, we've got these coming. So they've got more that are on the way as well, which is super exciting. So many samples. That was like, I think my favorite thing about going to Baby Lock is just those people are the most creative people I've ever met. And the stuff that they come up with, like they see this and they're like, I can do, you know, they're like, how did you get there?
Right.
It just blows my mind what people have been able to make with things that don't necessarily match what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, their imagination is fantastic. I was just, I'm going to steal the ankle off this.
Oh, gotcha.
Because that J foot will make much more sense when they see how it actually sits on the foot.
You are not wrong.
Because someone's going to put it on wrong.
So crazy. So yeah, through creativity in the stuff that's been coming out, and then just because you see it in this banner, you don't have to make a banner.
No.
You can literally do so many things, pillows and wall hangings and all just, I mean, you can spell out somebody's name and make something for their dorm room or, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
There's just so many options of what you can do. So the design suites, the fills and the motifs are still specific to your IQ designer in your design center. They are addable by the USB.
Yes.
So what I would recommend if you have more than one of these is put all of them on the same stick. Don't have, you know, 12 different sticks.
Yep.
Start combining them, and then you can use those extras for whatever you want them to be, but that way everything is in one place, which is awesome.
Yep. I always keep a backup on my computer, so I have all of them stored in a folder
and then
on
you've
my
got
computer.
your USB that you pop in when you want to pull those things off.
And you can the USB sticks that come on here. You can rewrite over top of this, so you don't have to just save that USB stick for that particular one.
Right.
You could put them all on there, and
exactly.
Then the thing we always say: there's not many things in life that we can guarantee, but a USB stick will
fail
eventually
at some point. So be prepared.
Lots to choose from.
You'll have more to back up on. Yes. So absolutely. I think, dumping them all in one space just so that it's easy. You don't have to be, which one was this on and which one was this on, and just label the folders, put them all on something, and then you have what you need.
Exactly. You could even, and if you're like, some people are paper people, right? So you could print out the little
what you have on
the
there,
little file on there, and then you would know which one was which. But
there are lots of options at this point. They have really done a great job, and they've brought in other designers, which is also really fun because you get a different vibe and a different take on how they should be. So there's so many options. There's great kid things, holiday things, hobby things, so many different things to choose from in this. And in addition to those fills and motif stitches for the IQ Design Center, you also now are getting embroidery designs, which can be used completely separately or in conjunction with.
Yes.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. The thing that I hear a lot with these is that people put them in and then they want to pull up those designs on the embroidery side. It's going to look like there's nothing on your USB stick.
Correct.
It has to
These
be opened.
are the fills and the motifs have to be opened only through the fill section to the custom and then pull the USB. There's no other way to get there. So
no, but these are fun. I've embellished some like plain leather and vinyl with them. They really are. It gives like a sophisticated look to it. It
really does. There's so many things that you can do, and because the IQ Designer Design Center, that it really is too much to say.
I know.
It allows you to manipulate every single one of them. So it's not just those, 20 designs or whatever. You also can resize all of those.
Yep.
Warp them. You can move centers. You can do so many things in there that really have a lot of fun. And we actually have a nice selection of of machines that have that now. So we're getting,
Yeah,
you
more.
know, the 10 needle has been expanded now.
Yep.
They've got more fills in there and whatnot. And, you know, there's just a great realm of fun to be had.
Yep. And then we have some new feet. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you?
A little bit.
Yeah, there we go. So this is the new denim foot, and it is really cool. It's got like horns in the back, and it kind of rocks back and forth. Yes, and it has this like, can you turn it sideways so they can see that little, like, there's a little spring. It's this guy right there. Yeah, and so how this works is basically that spring helps the foot sort of rock up and down. So when you put it on your machine, yep. When you put it on, your first instinct is probably going to be to like, let's put this underneath, but it doesn't go underneath. It actually goes in front like this. So I
was just trying to find a.
Yeah, you see that little. So
the little black bar is part of that spring, and you want your ankle to come in through the back of that. Don't try to push it down and block it. You want it to be in front of the ankle.
And that's what gives you, oh, I came off camera. That's what gives you this little spring action that happens, and it's kind of designed as like a center needle position foot. So, but it's a big hole there. That way, when you're climbing up those large areas, like in your denim or on, you know, bag making or canvas or whatever, you won't break your needle, and it should glide over.
And you've got that room for that big seam to come through.
Yes.
And so it's designed to kind of hump jump on its own.
Yeah. And so this is
that didn't work.
This works for like all of our normal machines. But it will also work with like your Accomplish, your Jane, but you have to have a special ankle for that. There's like an auxiliary ankle of some sort that basically looks like this, that allows you to use the snap-on type feet, because if you remember looking at those machines have a, they're like a solid foot, so they're not snap-on. So it can be used also on that grouping of feet.
Hoping I could have enough fingers to do this. Can you see that spring?
Yeah.
And so, don't want to do this. We want to come from the back and put the spring in the front of your ankle.
Yep.
And then snap in.
So.
There you go.
Yep.
Very, very fun and very cool. And can I see the J-foot just for a reference point so they can see? This is your standard sewing foot, J-foot, and you can see how much more is happening. It's got a very big, I'm sorry?
It's much more substantial.
It's very, very substantial. This is definitely going to save a lot of people some heartache. We've been looking for something like this for just a hot second.
Yeah, and we'll pull up the foot in a couple minutes and show you. I don't remember what the price is.
Yep, we'll pull up all of those things on the website so you can see that too.
And then the other one that's been super popular is this high shank adjustable zipper foot.
So this one is my current favorite because I got to play with this one a lot, and it is fantastic. You can also, so obviously you have
the center needle position.
It's center needle, and you've got you know, those areas here that you got the ability to move your needle for. So right now this is almost center. It's not quite, but different than our previous. Those were just literally a bar out the front. So it had a little bit of wiggle to it. This one, it connects right through the shank. And so you loosen the screw in the back, and that allows didn't loosen it quite enough, the foot to move. There we go. So that you can reposition and literally get that anywhere that you want it to go. So the other thing is this is a Teflon coated, so it's going to work with a wide range of fabrics. You don't have to worry about that, and you can get perfect placement. And wherever you decide to tighten that screw down, all right, you now have that foot all the way off to the left. You can have it all the way off to the right, and then you just nudge your needle position to wherever you need it to go. And when you're sewing, if you're sewing on a piping or something, You literally can push right up to that.
Yep.
And your piping is probably already made, but even if it's not, when you push that in,
Yep.
it makes sure that your stitch is tightening
Tight.
down and you get that nice smooth piping instead of the bubbles.
Yeah.
You can literally push that foot right up there.
This is as close as we're probably ever going to get to a narrow foot.
Yeah, probably. And having it being this adjustable is phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. And a center needle position in there, because sometimes really what you need on a narrow foot is you need some guidance, which we don't usually have on zipper feet, because usually when you move your needle, you're just hanging out in the middle of nowhere because you're on you're sewing on this side, which is not up against anything. So yeah, this gives us a lot of
option.
And I love that they made it. I hope they're hearing us. I love that they actually made a full shank foot. So it doesn't,
it is secure.
It is,
this
yeah,
is, there's no snap. So this still moves,
right,
but it's not a snap-on that is going to be removable.
No wobble. Yeah.
There's no wobble. So once you screw this in, it is right there. It sews so smoothly.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of piping attachments. That's just not, I don't do that kind of, so but that's what we did in this class. And it was like, oh, this is so easy. It was just, the Teflon aspect, it slid, it didn't get stuck on anything. It slid over everything really great. You can, like I said, adjust and move.
Yeah.
It was just so great. And we did piping, we did couching, we did all kinds. I mean, it was just, it was a fun class. We got to play with a lot of different aspects of it. Didn't put a zipper in, interestingly enough, but that was just not part of that particular project. But the zipper itself obviously is quite straightforward too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
really, really great foot. They did a very good job. And that is, once again, the adjustable zipper piping foot. If you are looking for a new machine and you purchase one of our new top-of-the-line sewing machines, this is included in there.
But just the top-of-the-line sewing
just
only.
the sewing only, because, of course, what would the embroidery machine do with that? I'm like, where did I lose the bag?
I stole the bag.
She stole it. So mean.
And then the last little gadget we have that we can physically show you is the serger trim bin. And so this fits basically all of the current model machines.
It does. I'm excited about this. I want one of these.
And it slides, so there's a little secret compartment on your machine that you can pull out. And if your needle falls down, it kind of goes into that little general area. You pull that little piece out and this goes in there, and that's kind of what secures it in place.
Yes.
So it works really nice, but it just kind of fits in a variety of different machines.
It's fun. A few people that I have talked to, they're like, I have a what?
Yeah.
It's literally this tiny little thing. And right now it looks like this on the back part, but it just has a little handle. It's just this tiny little thing.
I wonder if they show it on
this. And you pull that out because this is going to replace that, and then it slides into that same position. But for anyone who does not understand what this does, is it holds all your junk that comes off your serger.
Yeah.
So here is the piece that we are talking about. It's got that little handle. You're going to pull that out. And then this piece is going to, it says store it.
Yeah.
I love that they tell you, oh, we're in
French, but
we're in another language. I'm like,
I don't know
parlez-vous français?
Yeah.
Nope. And then you'll take that piece and slide in just where this one was. You're going to slide this guy right in. It's the same exact piece. And then it's just offset enough that this will go underneath your bottom length adjustment. And then you've got all of your, and super easy, just pop it out. If you had a needle on there, hey, look at that. I got a needle too, and take care of everything.
Easy
so
peasy.
that is what this is, in case anybody did not know, is that's a needle catcher. So if you dropped a needle into the machine, it drops basically straight down into this magnet, and then the magnet grabs onto it.
Exactly.
That's what that is there for.
I think this is $34.99 because I think somebody asked about this today, which is why I remember it.
Gotcha. Well, we'll find out real quick.
Yeah.
So those are the items that have come in. Like I said, they have just started arriving, so we will start filling orders. The other thing is a lot of you ordered more than one item, and we unfortunately
don't have everything
in your order yet. So that's the other problematic aspect of that.
Yep.
So these are the newbie things that we have actually gotten into to see. and we'll start. You'll start seeing your orders being
Yeah.
fulfilled here, hopefully very soon.
There's a new ruffler foot. We don't have that yet. That's supposed to be less finicky. And
it was kind of interesting listening to them describe that. They're like, this one's going to work. I was like, okay, if you say so. So yes, lots of fun things to be had. And again, we're talking like $20 starting. And then up. So, I mean, definitely affordable for anybody to jump in and get a new little toy to play with and go from there.
And if you purchased your sewing machine from us, you have a special code that will give you a discount. It should be on your receipt
It
stuff.
should be on your receipt stuff. And of course, if you did buy a machine from us and you have no idea what we're talking about, give us a call. We'll talk about that. But,
exactly.
Well, we can't just say it here because, of course, that defeats the purpose.
Right.
So let's look at feet, since that's where we're at. Probably in here. Yep. Sewing machine, feet. I thought for sure it would have the new. Maybe I should go to what's new.
I was going to say it's in the what's new
let's
for
go
sure.
that route. Let's do that. Home. So, here is the trim bin.
Oh, that's right. There's another new serger foot.
There is another serger foot. It is the compensating. So it's on the top. So let's just stay there. This is the new compensating serger foot. And it is definitely got some stuff going on here. It has a variety of thicknesses that you can work with. So it is designed for cover hem. And I did not get to play with this. This one's not shipped yet.
Yeah.
So we haven't actually gotten hands on this particular one here. It is available for multiple models, but not every model will be able to use this. But as you can see, adjust to changes of thickness while stitching the flawless hem using either your triple wide or narrow cover.
Yep.
So very, very cool. And again, we are hello. This particular serger feet tend to be a little bit more expensive because there's more going on. They're bigger, they're heavier, so there's a lot more metal. So they do have a little bit more. So this one is on sale for $49.99. Again, we invite you to use your wonderful purchased machine from us coupon code to get that at an additional discount. But that is I think it's going to be a great foot. All right, this is that trim bin that we talked about, and it tucks right in, so you can see underneath here that little curve that it sits right around there, and it tucks right up in there, so it'll catch all of your fuzz and all of your bits of fabric that come off that knife. So really great, and it is on sale for $34.99.
I can't believe it took them this long to come out with it.
I can't either. I mean, it's you know, I really want one, but then I think, well, I already bought that other one, so do I, you know? But I did. I think it'll still have to come home with me. So the ruffling foot. I'm very intrigued to actually get to play with this one. I love ruffles. This, in my brain, is more pleating than ruffling.
Yeah.
But it's still the same big picture, I suppose. But it is only $29.99, which, as much as that's got going on, I thought it was going to be a little bit more.
Ironically, the brother one is priced higher than the baby lock one by like $20.
Really?
Yes. And so I quadruple checked, and so I figured everybody's probably going to want the baby lock one, because why would you want to pay?
So there is both a brother and baby lock for most of these things.
Yeah.
Serger, whatever's notwithstanding.
Right.
We generally carry the brother like hoops and things like that. But when it comes to feet, our foot wall and our foot accessory, whatever you want to call them, all of those bits and pieces are mostly all baby lock.
Yeah.
We personally like the packaging. So you can see what's in the box better. You can actually open it, feel it, see what's going on, put it back, you know, that kind of thing. So we do generally have the baby lock in store, but if that's not what you want specifically, we can always get you the other one too.
Yeah.
So, but you will generally find that we do have the baby lock. They are exactly the same.
Yeah.
From a functional standpoint, it really doesn't matter. Once you take them out of the box, you can't tell which one it is anyways.
And if you walk in the floor and you're like, well, except for this one, it's probably because, like, in this instance, like, unless somebody really wanted that brother one, we would just always have this one because of the price. You know, we all get it. We want to give you the best one. And so for whatever reason, the baby lock accessory feet are usually a better price to us and to you. So it makes more sense for you guys to get a better
But, you know,
deal.
if there ever is one that we find like, wow, that one's way better to buy brother, well, then we'll buy the brother one. You know,
Exactly.
so we'll definitely always keep an eye on those prices and make sure that we're giving you the best price possible.
Yes.
So, but this one looks like fun, and I definitely love a good ruffle. So, I haven't made a skirt in a long time. Maybe I'll have to make a skirt.
It's got to be on the to-do. Maybe it needs to be towards the top of the to-do. Maybe you should do that at retreat. We'll have some time.
Yeah.
You probably have some fabric.
I might. Have to look at that. Let's see what we can do. All right, so the ruffling foot, so much fun, and I can't wait to get my hands on it so I can do something. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something.
Yes.
So the next one is this other, which is my current favorite because I've actually gotten to sew with it. This is that beautiful adjustable zipper and piping foot. So we have just started getting them in. You can see that they put a zipper in. They also put in little palms. So those things that kind of always get caught.
Yeah.
This is the perfect foot for stuff like that.
It is.
You can get right up next to it without that stress of having to figure out how am I going to get this to go underneath my foot. So this is a really, really fun thing to play with. And again, we did lots of different things with it in the class that I took. So it was certainly worth taking and worth playing with. So this one is $37.99. And again, that is the adjustable piping and zipper foot. Oh, look, there's a new tape dispenser coming.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new Kimberbell stuff coming out too.
Yes,
So.
some punch needles, the tape dispenser. I think there's also a new USB holder.
Case, yeah.
So if you need a holder for all of your Design Suite USBs, we can hook you up. We can absolutely help with that. There's some new thread there, as you can see as well. So we definitely have lots of fun things. These are so cute. I think I'm going to have to get one of those just to play with it. Stockings that are already done. Gotta love it. Okay. Baby lock jeans foot. We talked about this. You can see that little spring a little bit better here than in the angles that we kept trying to wiggle it around to show you that. So this one, as she said, it's only $19.99. Such a great price point to have that stress-free sewing experience. So very, very cool. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but look at that spring.
There you go. Now you can see it.
Now you can see it, but how do I get out of there? Okay, there it is. It's like, whoa, what just happened here? All right, and oh, there's more pages. I'm like, where'd everything else go? All right. We've got.
We don't usually put machines there.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if there was anything that I was missing, but I think we've got everything.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to pop up to the machines tab. And as you guys know, we are both brother and baby lock. We will always try to give you the best experience, no matter what it is. The machines are so similar. There's very, very few differences between the two. So it's really going to come down to what you like. So we're going to ask you some questions when you get into there. And we do try to keep our prices as close as possible. So let's do the baby lock first because there's the serger on there. So when it comes to this,
try sort by newest at the top.
Yeah.
Your best selling.
Yes, there it is.
Right, yeah.
Price
All the way
tag.
down to the bottom.
Okay, so
They are not there.
$5 radiance deposit. Look at that.
They are not there. Hey, Ronnie, did you add the baby lock stuff? The new baby lock machines?
I sure did.
Did you
let's
leave them
do
as
a search.
draft?
Yeah, I need them to be
Please.
live.
Pretty please.
Please. That'll help. So we'll wait like 5 minutes and then we'll refresh that
Yes.
screen and it'll all be good. So we have a new serger.
Yeah.
That serger is replacing the Accolade.
Yes.
So from a stitch perspective, it's pretty much the same what stitches that it's able to do.
Yep.
But it has some really nice upgrades in the aspect of you have more space on the machine. So to the right of the needle, we now have 2 inches.
Yep.
It's on the Acclaim frame. So if you've seen the Baby Lock Acclaim, it is that same size. So you have a little bit bigger frame.
Yep.
And you have that space between the needle and the throat that lets you do a little bit more on that machine. It was very hard, especially when you were doing like a cover hem. There, you couldn't smoosh into the middle of your fabric really at all because there was just nowhere to put the fabric.
Yeah.
So there's enough room that you can kind of roll in and smoosh stuff up there to actually get wherever, almost wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put like a quilt in there and try to stitch in the middle, but
that would
be a little stressful. But you know, you do have a lot more play than we had before. They have moved things around. There's a really nice magnet on the top of the machine to hold your needles as you're swapping from different stitches. It's a great place to, you know, this needle is still good. Where do I put it?
Yeah.
There's a little magnet right there, and it's right on top of the machine, which is really smart. The we've had one off to the side before, which is fine, but it's right by where your needles are, which is a little convenient. Yeah. A little more convenience, I think, than what we had before. But they've done such a nice job.
They added a knee lift. And
they did. And so it's very similar, but this isn't just a name change. A lot of times with sergers, we get like, you know, a light bulb change or something like that, and they just change the name. This is not just I changed the name. This is actually an improved upon machine. They did a really, really great job. That particular... My thread stand is weakening. So the MSRP on the new serger is $54.99. It's going to be selling for only about $39.99, which is, I think, a fantastic price for what we have available in that now, and a little bit less, obviously, than the Triumph. So you have the stitch capabilities, but you still don't have the space and the little bit of extra other things. But it definitely has a lot more space than what we had before. And there's some other few things that are in there. So let's refresh this page. Maybe it's better if I even close it and start again, but let's see if this works.
There they are.
All right. So the serger is the one machine that is not both. We only have Baby Lock sergers really on the floor. What are we doing?
There we go. Trying to find the right. I'm like, all the buttons are in different places now.
So there are, there's a new top of the line sewing. There's a new mid embroidery only. There's a new top of the line 10 needle.
Yep.
And those are the 3 machines that are available, both Baby Lock or Brother. Again, we will always try to keep that sale price as close as possible, but there may be some small variants. And if you'd like to discuss any of those things, we're certainly happy to talk about those. You can give us a call or pop in the store. But let's take a peek. Since we already talked about this beautiful little machine, this is, you can see that space. I mean, there's actually light through the center there. So it's a really, really great great option there, which is just so great. I love it. I think it's just so pretty. And, you know, it didn't help that they put purple thread on there or anything.
I know, totally nice.
So our loopers on there, of course, are the Extraordinaire threading. So it's going to automatically whoosh right through your loopers. No stress there. We do have a 2 inches to the right of the needle. There is a knee lift like she mentioned. And there's so many stitch combinations with that 8 threads. It just depends on what you want. So there's really so many options. It's just such a wonderful thing.
I like how they say there's 60 stitch combinations.
That's a lot. You're not going to actually do those. It's kind of well, yeah, it does. But so those are the top features that are in there. And again, it's just such a great improvement over the little things that they worked on are just really great. And that knee lift is definitely a nice option when you're serging, that you have the ability to smoosh and wiggle and things and have both hands on your fabric.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, don't forget that these machines, they're purchasable online and they're shippable. So if you are not right around the corner, you know, we can still help you.
Absolutely.
And that's the great thing about this type of thing, right? We've learned all kinds of different ways to teach.
We have, you know, it's been so great getting to know so many people from different areas and whatnot. It's always fun to see, you know, from where, what did that say earlier? Indiana, right? it's not the right spot for my contact. So that's just all blurry. I'm like, what does that say? But yeah, so it's been so fun. And we absolutely encourage you, if you have a dealer close by, go to that dealer. Absolutely. But if you don't, we are so happy to be your person. And anything that has that price, like this is listed online with an actual price that you can put in the cart, is sellable online. If it doesn't, we can still ship. We just can't actually click a button online.
Right.
But we can take your payments over the phone. So if you don't like the brother versions of things right now are not available to purchase online, the new machines, they haven't.
Right.
We can post them so you can see them, but you can't buy them online. If that's what you want, just give us a buzz. We'll talk about it. Absolutely. So this one I'm super excited about. It's funny. I never used to love my serger, but the more I use it, the more I fall in. I'm like, I can do that on the serger. It's like this piping, and I'm like, I could make the pipe. Why would I make the piping there? I could make the piping on my serger. Just the little things that are just so much fun. Should we talk sewing first or embroidery first?
Let's talk sewing, because I think that's the really like the big wow. This is
the wow for me.
Yeah.
In the machines.
Yeah.
I mean, the 10 needle's great, don't get me wrong, but this machine is phenomenal.
Yeah, we actually have upgrades. So, I mean, we basically had the same style sewing machine.
They just keep renaming it.
Forever. Like probably
it's the
15
same
years.
frame. It's the same. It's like, okay, that's really great. You added this and you added that. But this is actually a true, honest to God upgrade. It is on the much larger frame. We have 11.25-inch throat, but look at that screen. It's just wonderful. So it's just over a 10-inch screen. Was it 10.1?
Yep.
This doesn't say, does it? That's okay.
I think so, but yes.
So the it gives you the room, it gives you control, and so fantastic, as you mentioned right when we were just yammering about it. It has a stitch regulator. So that stitch regulator has that sensor underneath that can tell how fast your fabric is moving and regulate the stitch that's happening to your speed. That's what it does. It's actually designed for people just learning free motion. It is not necessarily designed for a highly experienced free motion person.
I mean,
but you can still use it.
Yeah, the thing that I would say about that is that not that I say that I'm a highly skilled free motion quilter or anything like that, but I feel like sometimes my rhythm is better than the stitch regulator. But I'll tell you when my rhythm is not, and that is when you're doing lots of turns and curves. And even if the foot isn't really regulating my stitch because I'm going a little bit faster, I'm being consistent. As soon as I start really doing some curves, it really changes, and that stitch regulator, it still
picks up immediately.
Even though it's like you're going too fast, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. Good.
You just have to think of the beeping as a beautiful song complementing your stitching.
You can turn
that beeper
off.
down. Yeah. I don't know if you can turn it off. I think somebody said somewhere in there you can't turn it off, but you can turn it all the way. You can turn it down.
Can't you turn all of the sound off on your machine?
I think you can turn most of it off. I don't know.
I think you can.
Somebody said something. I was like, really? That seems odd.
Yeah.
But basically what happens if you start going too fast, it beeps, right? Turn the TV up or ignore it, one or the other. But like she said, as soon as you get to a spot that you are slower, it will start regulating immediately. And the beep's not, Tony was like, I'm hearing beeping out there. I'm like, yeah, but it still looks good.
See, that's just it. Yeah.
Who cares? It's fine. And let it pick up when you need it, which is a phenomenal thing. It is a wonderful thing, and it gives you the confidence to do it.
Like lane assist.
Yes. This one's not in your butt though. You don't get the beep on your bum that you're leaning over. But it's a really, really great thing.
Yeah.
When you plug it in, it does have the plug on the back. When you plug it in, your machine automatically knows it goes into stitch regulation mode, so you don't have to go find where's my stitch regulation stuff. It pops up automatically, which is great. You have an intermittent. You have a there's another name. I'm blanking.
I don't know what the names are, but you basically have one.
You have one that stitches no matter what.
Right. It starts out slow, and then as you go, it speeds up with you. And then you have one that doesn't move until you move.
Right. Dang it. One is called intermittent, And I want to say the other thing is like consistent, but that's not the word.
Right.
The third thing will come back. It'll come to me sooner or later.
It's
The
basting.
third one is basting. The basting is kind of different. First of all, the default is 20 millimeters. Holy crap. You're like, it's not working. Oh, there it went. Yeah. It's like you have to really move the fabric for that basting stitch to hit. So I definitely, for me, I turn it down to 10, which is the lowest it allows you to go, which, I mean, in theory, 10 is just fine.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's not going to stitch. It's not going to stitch. Oh, there it's stitched. And then but you have to keep moving the fabric.
Yeah.
And it does dink, dink, dink as you're moving it along, but you have to move the fabric. So your brain is like, what's wrong? Nothing's happening.
Right, which is what you want the machine to do when you put the basting stitch on the sewing side, and it stitches like almost constantly, and you're like, this
What
isn't
just
a
happened?
basting
That's not a
stitch.
basting stitch. This is a very, very true basting stitch. It's again, it doesn't do it until you move the fabric, and you have to move it past that 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
You know, so if you just move a little bit, nothing is going to happen
Right.
because you haven't met that
You haven't gone far
incremental
enough.
space yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It works really, really well. You can baste down, you know, the top edge before you start so that you all edges, whatever. And you can do that very, very quickly and very easily
Yep.
with this.
It's a great feature.
It is
In
really,
case
really
you're
great.
wondering, the other bee people do not have that basting feature.
It is fantastic.
That's a really cool feature.
Yeah. So I asked the people in the class, I think I really annoyed them. I was like, so if I just unplug the foot and I turn on free motion quilting, can I use this foot for free motion? She was like, well, we don't recommend that. I was like, well, why not? I mean, that's basically what this foot does, right? It's got all these accessories. I want to use all the accessories, right? She's like, we don't recommend it. I was like, I'll have to try it anyways. It's like, okay, should have tried it on their machines, but I didn't do that. But yeah, so
I mean, really,
it would just not sense anything.
It
So
just
it should stitch just fine. The reason that she gave, and it does make sense, but then again it doesn't, was that, you know, because the foot is larger, it can block movement of the fabric. So depending upon, and I was like, well, if it's not going to block it while I'm
plugged in, does it raise it? Is it like
I was
hydraulic?
like, that's interesting, but okay. We'll see. I don't know. I will try it and let you guys know. I've actually played with it a couple of times now. So
I use my other branded version unplugged and use all the accessories.
I can't imagine.
It's never blown
I
up.
can't imagine that it won't work.
It just doesn't regulate the stitch.
It just doesn't regulate
That's
the
the
stitch.
canned answer, of course.
The nice thing about that stitch regulation foot is that it does have multiple feet attachment. So you have an open toe, you have a closed toe. They do specifically, and it comes right up on the screen when you do basting, they do not recommend the open toe foot because it can catch on the stitches.
Yeah.
So they do not you have to have, they highly, highly, highly recommend that closed toe for the basting stitch. And I was like, I'll just go really slow. Yeah, that doesn't matter. You're still going to break a needle. Don't do that. Ask me how I know. But yeah, it's a really, really great thing. It came out with the Avenir and the Radiance last year, but we unfortunately didn't really get to talk about all of the fun things because it was kind of a slow burn.
Like the ugly stepchild we didn't talk about. For
Nobody
a minute.
talked about anything. So first of all, I just want to say, if you have been waiting for the machine to work like it's supposed to work, we're there.
We're there.
So
yeah.
if that's what you've been waiting for, come on in, let's play and show you that new one. It has this stitch regulator on it. In addition to the features that are on this machine, it also uses the projector, which this machine doesn't have.
Right.
But it still regulates the same way.
Yeah,
You just don't get the little flash bar that tells you don't move your fabric past here. That's all that it really does. The sensor pen, I'm not really sure. We need to take that off. They removed the sensor pen. I'm not really sure why that says sensor pen. So that's really interesting. They specifically said they took it out because nobody used it.
Yeah, I think he copied from
I know he
the
did.
brother version, and I think the brother version still said that.
Interesting. The brother version also says that the CX 1E has hundreds of stitches on it, and that's not true either. So
there's obviously a little bit of information. Let's write that down so we know to have him.
Sorry.
We'll put it on the back of that.
Sensor pen. We'll double check and make sure that's correct on both of them. But yeah, so we're going to skip over that. Sorry about that. The guide beam. This is one of my favorite things when it came out because it is just a laser line that shoots out that you can move right and left. You can have it be your needle line. You can have it be your fabric guide, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Stitch in the ditch. line up your ditch to it,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want
And
it
it's
to
just
be.
a plain Jane guide, so it's really easy. On, off.
Yep, and right, left.
Right, left.
That's it.
You
You
don't have
turn
to
it
be a
on, you
rocket
put it where you
scientist.
want, you turn it off when you're done. What are you going to use that guide beam for? So we talked a little bit stitch in the ditch, you know,
Mhm.
fabric edge, but very specifically, line it up with your needle, and I'm going to make binding. Do I need to mark all of my pieces to go from corner to corner?
Mm-mm.
Nope, sure don't, because that laser beam literally reaches from one edge to the other,
Mhm.
and I can just line up that line from
Mhm.
corner to corner and start stitching.
Half square triangles.
Half square triangles. So it has so many functions, and it can save you so much time.
Yeah, half square triangles are like all the rage right now.
There's a lot of them coming up in our life too, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, and then the digital dual feed, so the walking foot. One of the wow features of this machine is that it comes with almost everything you could ever dream to have.
Mhm.
Comes with your extension table. It comes with a lot of feet. It comes with all of the accessory feet for the stitch regulator. It also comes with all of the accessory feet for the dual feed foot.
Yeah, nice.
Huge.
Nice.
Because those are like $50 a pop.
And the compact digital dual feed
is the
foot
compact.
that they reinvented 2 years ago?
2 years ago,
3
I
years
think
ago.
it might have been 3.
Yeah.
I think it's 3. But it so comes with the compact digital dual feed. It comes with the standard, the open toe, the 1/4 inch, and the couching and the
Stitch
in the ditch foot, I believe, all 5.
Mhm.
Plus it comes with the right and the left quilt guide.
Nice.
So
That's hundreds of dollars.
So altogether, all of the extra stuff that they have put in here, stitch regulator, all of those things, it's over 2,000. They said over 2,200.
Yeah.
That's probably.
I mean, probably because like the digital dual feed walking foot is like, you know, like $799
It's
on
expensive,
its own.
but that's just the MSRP price. So you know
Yeah.
the realistic, but it's still we're talking $2,000 worth of
The
stuff.
Yeah.
And how awesome is that to literally? Well, what else do I need?
Yeah, nothing.
You don't need anything. You go home and you play, and you're going to be playing for
Right.
quite a while.
Exactly, because you probably already have thread and needles because this is probably not your first machine, but oh my gosh, if it was,
Oh my gosh.
you might as well
What a
start at the
dream.
top, right?
Absolutely. Go big or
Money
go
is
home. Go
no
big or
object.
go home. So this little guy, we are looking at MSR Anthem, right?
Yep.
MSRP of $84.99. Sale price is $6,999. And we are looking at pretty close to that, maybe a little under for the brother. We're still fudging.
Yep.
We're still fudging on that. So I have to see what everybody else is doing.
Yes.
Got to start finding that info out. So this is an absolute top of the line sewing machine. They did a comparison to other companies.
Mhm.
I have a picture of the spreadsheet. I mean, we
Yeah.
can pull it down from wherever they hit it. They always say, "Oh, it'll be in the blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, where's that again? And how do I get there?" Because you follow the path and it's not where they said it was,
Right.
and then you're like, "What?" So I took pictures. They were all like, "You don't need to take pictures." I'm like, "Yes, we do." You do.
We'll
But anyway,
never find it.
they did a comparison, and there's just this is
Yeah.
the best sewing only machine out right now.
Yeah.
It has so much stuff available. And you know, there are things that are available for other machines that catch it up,
Mhm.
but they don't all come in the box.
Right.
So it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Very
You get
exciting.
a lot of bang for your buck.
Lot of bang, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful machine. Its sister in, that's not doing anything. Let's try that again. There we go. Its sister is this beautiful machine. This is the Reflection. The brother version is called the C as in cat, X1 for the sewing, which I don't think I said at first. And the embroidery version is called the
stretch.
It's really hard. Ready? It's the CX1E. I'm not gonna lie, not my favorite.
No,
They're a little too close in my opinion. I think there's gonna be some mistakes made on ordering on that one. But beautiful, beautiful machines. So this is built on the 9.5 by 14 frame.
Mhm.
It's got a lot of the really great features, but it doesn't have all of the stuff loaded in there. So they
Yeah.
were able to bring the price point down so that you can get into that big hoop without having to pay as much as we were at on those others.
Right.
So it's a really great option from there. It again has a 9.5 by 14 frame. So you can see here it has 24 built-in embroidery designs.
Mhm.
That's not a typo.
Right.
It actually is 24. So here's the question you have to really answer for yourself. How many times do you actually use a built-in design, not fonts, because that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
Embroidery design, you know, the flowers or the cupcake or the
Right.
whatever that it was loaded into your machine. I'm not saying I've never used any of them, but that shouldn't be, I've always said that's not the reason that you buy a machine.
Right.
Unless it's the Disney,
Right.
which I have actually wanted a machine because of one design.
Right. Well, and then
But
we have that one customer who's like, my granddaughter really wanted that machine, so I went up to a different machine, and then when I made it for her, she's like, yeah, Grandma, I don't like princesses anymore.
I do remember that. So built-ins are not the reason that you should be buying a machine. So because that they pulled all of that out, that's a lot of money that goes into all of the designing and all of the time and things for that. So there are still, and this went up, 26 fonts to choose from. Those fonts can be anywhere from like a half an inch up to almost 2 inches. So you have a lot of variability in there.
Yep.
And a lot of playing power. We still have decorative alphabets and of course the frame combinations that are in all of our machines.
Yeah. The things that most people use, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this does not have the design center in it. So that, or the IQ designer, depending upon your
Right.
brand. So they did take that out, but in the embroidery features, you
Yes.
do have background fills, you do have echo, you do have that ability to kind of see if you like it. You know, is this something that I would use more of and that kind of thing.
Right.
So you do still have access to some of those fun little extras. Again, they kind of gave you a little bit of those
Right.
top of the line features without pulling so much in there that it's an expensive machine. So this was intended to be a stepping stone to get into one of those bigger guys.
Yep.
So that is, oh, it's got 2-point positioning. Super important.
Yes.
That works so well.
And it's really fast.
And it's so fast. So, you know, the cameras are great. Don't misunderstand. But your camera has to like scan everything and then it brings it up onto the screen or whatever's going on. 2-point positioning is like, where do you want it? You go dink. Where do you want the second one? You go dink, and then boom, it moves your design. That's it. There's no waiting. It's just done.
Yeah.
So it's very, very quickly, and it's very accurate.
Yes.
It does a very, very good job. And it does have that drop down needle
beam
light.
light.
So it tells you where your stitch is going to be at. So fantastic. It is also attached to the monitoring app. I like that it has that capability. I personally don't use it, but I'm either in my sewing room or I'm not. I'm not usually, you know, and if I've gone down to make dinner just because my thread broke doesn't mean I can stop what I'm doing to go back up there. But it does work very well if that's something that you need for all.
Kind of like a baby monitor.
Absolutely. So again, the top of the line sewing is called the Anthem for Baby Lock. It is called the Celeste CX1 in the Brother. And we are looking at around 7,000 for that guy there, depending upon which, again, a little under or right at, depending upon which brand you're at. And then the embroidery machine is called the Reflection. That one I'm having a hard time with, but I'm getting there.
I know, Radiance, Reflection.
I know. It's like we're going with the R's. All right. So Reflection, and that one is the embroidery only 9.5 by 14. The Brother version of that is the Celeste CX1E. There you go. So those are the names of those guys, and the embroidery is probably going to be about 6,000, so 5,999 on both. That's where we're looking at on that one. MSRP on that one, Baby Lock is 7,999. Brother is a little bit higher, 82,999.
Yep.
For the MSRPs on those. So where they deem that the value is at.
Right.
So,
right.
All right. So those are the big
Yes.
sewing, embroidery,
Changes.
and then we talked about the serger.
Yep.
The 10 needle is a beautiful machine.
Yeah.
So in Baby Lock, if you saw the Venture, this is the Venture 2.
Yes.
So
They went out of the box with that.
They
name.
totally did. That's not uncommon
No.
for Baby Lock to put a 2 at the end of something for a new version.
Right.
Not crazy on that one. This definitely has some really great features in it. Of course, it has 10 needles. The field of sewing is still 8 by 14, so you've got a really great field of sewing. It is, I'm sorry. It was the of that. I thought you went. It was your pop. It has the IQ designer in it. That the design center. That is one of the things that they updated and upgraded in there. You have more fills, quite a few fills in there. So it's a really great option with that. And So many things. You can also, of course, create designs in that. So that is one of the things that they're really talking about. The biggest change in my eyes, just from a day-to-day use of the machine, they are now including the narrow support table, which I don't think there's a picture of. But it's listed here. So the narrow support table was designed for pant legs and sleeves and things like that. It attaches to the free arm and then extends out to support your hoop and or your pants or whatever it is that you are stitching on. Great design. They did a really great job. So instead of the large white table, which is the wide table is what it's called there, they put in this narrow support table. So they swapped those two parts. Previously, the narrow support table was available to purchase separately. Guess what? Big surprise. The white table is still available to purchase separately. But they're the difference in the box. For me, that's the biggest change.
Right.
Because I think that you'll use that narrow support table a lot more than you would have used the wide table. So I think it was a great change. The one thing that I really like about it is you don't lose the free arm. Which is for me one of the biggest advantages of a multi-needle is the way that you can what you can stitch on it. That wide table, when you put that on there, you cover up the free arm, so you are out of the game on a free arm. And this table still allows you to have bags, pockets, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, and we have a ton of customers who have more than one of these machines.
They do.
It's nice that you get a machine that is so similar to your other one, but now has
you have
another
a different option on
right,
it.
because they're interchangeable. So
you know, depending on how many you have, which we do have a customer that has 4 of these. And they run an embroidery business, obviously. And you know, but for me, I don't know what they. I don't know that they do this, but you know, you could have the hat hoop on one and leave it there. And that's the one that you do these on. You could have this one on this one, you know, that kind of thing too. But again, you can swap them out. So if you're doing like a Carhartt jacket or even a very large towel or something like that, you need more than just that narrow support table. You need the big white table or something to hold that on there so that your hoop is not being pulled down to the front. So there's definitely different things to be said. For me, that is one of the biggest changes. I love it. I'm very happy with it. But that is definitely something to be said if you've been looking at a 10 needle. Speaking of, we do have the floor model of our previous 10, and we do have the new 10 out, so you can see both of them. At the moment, you could buy either one of them. Of course, you only have one floor model, but that is an option if anybody has been going, I really want to get a floor model. Now's the time, because now we have one. They have, they have the front, not front, I just read front, which is why that came out of my mouth. It's the font. That is the puff font. So that is built into the machine and you have that capability. So, you know, you look at the sport hats and things like that. Those are pretty much all done in a puff where everything pops off the cap itself. So you have an entire alphabet of puff font, which is super fun. It's so easy. It's all set up. You stitch on it, you rip the foam off, you keep stitching and you're, I mean, it's literally that's straightforward. So very, very cool. The other things that they have added is a little bit more business minded. They have added some lacking in administrative features so that you can control what other people are able to do. So if you do have employees, you're running an embroidery business, you actually have the ability to have different people have different logins and their capabilities and what they're allowed to do on the machine. You can set that up based on what their knowledge is or whatever.
That means I can lock Dave out.
You can lock Dave out. Yes, yes, you can.
You can't make a change to the design. You embroider what I say.
The other thing is there is this cool little button when you, instead of hitting set, you can hit embroidery and it skips all of the pages and you're ready to stitch immediately. So you don't have to go through the editing pages and the positioning pages. Of course, if you need to edit or position, you still need to use those pages. But if literally you're just making a patch, so there's nothing to line up, there's nothing to get started, it's ready to go and it's programmed, you, instead of hitting set, you hit embroidery and boom, you're at the end page and you hit go and you're ready to go. Or you mess with your threads and you're ready to go. Very, very quick. So they've done some things in there to help with the business-minded people.
Time is money.
And absolutely. So those are the new machines. We have a beautiful lineup. The baby lock on the 10 needle, again, is called the Venture 2. The brother version is called the PR 1060W. Again, went out of the box. We were at 1055. Now we're at 1060, but that's okay.
Yep.
It is actually a change. They have done some changes. Again, a lot of times I feel like they just put a new name on it and they didn't do anything. They've actually done some great, some substantial changes in there for all of these things. And they've done such a nice job. So I'm very excited. Again, we do have the floor models available. And things are all shipping. So it's not like I have to wait however long. And again, the Avenir and the Radiance are also running beautifully. And
now's the time to come
in. To say it just bluntly, we are now where we should have been a year ago.
Yeah.
It is just a wonderful and so fun to sit down in front of. That machine has so much. All of the things that we've talked about on all these different machines, that machine has all of the things.
Yeah.
Plus more.
And I mean, you know, big thank you to everyone who has been patiently updating,
going through the updates and letting us know if they have found a problem so that we can pass that on. You know, all of that information has been so helpful. So we do definitely appreciate the patience of all of you who stayed on board and worked with us over this past year. But we are where we should have been a year ago. It is literally a beautiful machine, and it is such a joy to stitch on. And again, we do have the floor models here. We have both the baby lock and the brother in store. So
if you've been thinking, it's definitely worth the come and see.
Absolutely. Come check it out. It is so much fun. We've got some samples in store. We've got some different things that are out and about. So much fun. And I'd love to show that to you.
Come see how picture play works.
Yes. And I have that is so cute. It turned out so great. The other thing I want to throw out there is we have been getting signups for the retreat. So if you are,
it's a sewing vacation.
It really is. It's and the greatest thing is we have done all of the stuff that we all groan about when we're prepping projects, the cutting, the starching, the sizing things out, the laying it all out to make sure you've got all of these. We've done all of that for you. So you literally get to come in and all of the projects that we are working are ready to go to sew. You can literally sit down and start sewing, which is great. But if you go, yep, but I have another quilt that I need to work on, I need to get this done. Okay, not a problem. You still get all of it, and you'll get all the instructions that you can do on your own too. So you are going to get so much stuff. We've got, and they're so cute. It came out so good.
Yeah.
We have the sew together bag, the trinket tray, the machine mat, and the pillow are all of the projects that we'll be sewing. And then on Sunday, possibly Saturday, she'll pop in. Denise Schober will be there. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. All of a sudden my mind went, did that come out right? Sometimes I say something and then it's not what I meant to say. So she's going to be there on Sunday. If you don't know who that is, look her up.
Yep.
She is phenomenal. And we actually have a surprise little thing that's going to be in there, and she's going to be sewing that piece on Sunday. So you guys can see how that goes together as well.
Yep.
So much stuff is going to be in your kit. We're having a lot of fun getting it all ready for you.
And she's a wealth of information. So if like there's a technique or something that you are like, I really want to know how to use this,
she will be able to answer that.
She will be able to show you.
And she will be with us on that Sunday at the retreat. So I'm super excited to have her there. I'm super excited for all of the people who have already signed up because we have a great weekend planned for you. It is September 18th through the 21st.
Yes.
If the 18th does not work for you, you can do the 19th through the 21st as well. So it's on the website, and we would love to have you there. We do still have some spaces left, so sign up so that we can get all of your information in there and make sure that your food preferences are selected. So if you sign up the day before, we'll do our best, but there's no promise that we can get the lunch that you want. No, I'm just kidding. But again, we do still have some spaces, and I think we've got enough that we can take pictures and put the pictures up, don't you think?
Yep. I took if you got the email this morning, I did add a picture of the sewing machine mat.
Okay.
And there are pictures of the sew together bag and
trinket tray.
The trinket tray. So I think the pillow top.
The pillow top is done, so it's just not pillowed yet.
Yes.
But it's done. The sewing aspects of that is done. So we'll make sure those pictures are attached to the retreat.
Yep.
So you guys can see what that is. So excited. And then I'm not, because that'll be it. But if you want to come hang out with Sarah before she ditches us, that is the weekend to come to. So
Yes, yes.
it'll be a lot of fun though. So
Yep.
please look out forward in your calendar. See if you have some days available and come hang out with us. We're going to have so much fun.
We are, yes.
Really looking forward to it.
Yes.
All right, so lots of new stuff. Pop in store, pop online. Everything that you can purchase is already there. Don't forget your code. If you have bought a machine from us and you don't know what the heck we're talking about, call us. We'll let you know the code. After, of course, confirming that you bought a machine. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, give us a buzz. We'll certainly get you there, but that will get you the additional discount on those feet as well. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's been so much fun sharing all of these cool things. And I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Have a great one. Bye.